Good morning, Puckers. Carmine Bianco, Andrew McGinnis, some guy with a really ugly backdrop. Buster, what's going on, boys? It's me, Lawrence Presman, and you're watching what could be, what might be, the final puck time of the year. Carmine, how are you, bro?
I'm doing great. I'm on a pretty good run right now. A ton of plays up for the weekend, starting with soccer today, but NHL tonight. But I think I'm something like 15-5 or 17-5 my last 22 plays. But I'm having a really good run out to the end of the month. So I actually said buy the 3-day all access because I have like 6 different packages between now and Sunday, the end of Sunday. So including a 5% play Sunday. So three-day package, $69 gets it all.
Carmine, you won your NFL play last night, over 23 in the first half. Andrew and
Yep.
I, however, got Billy Ray Cyrus. We lost. Andrew had Billy Ray and his team on the money line, and I had the over. Andrew.
So I had the over.
Oh, you had the
Yeah.
over as well? Didn't you have them on
Yeah, that
the
was
money line?
That's what my 5% play was the over.
Oh, my God, dude. You must be as pissed off as I am.
100%. You said to me a couple weeks ago, do you ever get mad when you lose a pick or when you got a 5% pick going on? And I know, Buster tweets at me and says, hey, it's going to happen to you. But, that's not one of those ones that I'm going to just brush off and just forget about. I got people paying for my picks. I got people counting on me, and that type of stuff happens. It's rough. That game obviously didn't go the way I wanted it to because I like the Jags to win the game. But I just don't understand how you make an unbelievable pass. You get within 20 yards, and then you go straight for the end zone. They're clearly not going to win the game.
I said to Vivian last night, once they got to the 20 with 2 to go or whatever, short pass. Literally, the second I said it, he threw that idiotic fade and just missed through it. But he had a terrible game. It really pissed me off. Buster, how are you, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. And Andrew, the reason why I text you that stuff, because you're a young guy, and I've got to know a lot of you guys that are really, really good handicappers. And one thing, and I think me and you talked about this, the toughest thing, and I tell everybody because I've been doing this for a long time, the toughest thing about this game is learning how to lose. And it's tough. And once you have to, and you hear Dave Koken talk about it all the time. Well, you know what? Bad day yesterday. Things didn't work out. Might have you, and people say, oh, it was the right play. It just lost. Guess what? No, it lost. That's how it works. It lost. It wasn't the right play because it didn't win. So you take that loss, you hate it, but if it'll eat you alive, because believe me, you're what, 24, 25? Now, not like I said to you on the text last night, on the tweet, now you go another 25 years of that stuff happening to you, because it will happen to you, because that's the way it is.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, and Prez, when you guys made everything with WagerTalk and Sports Memo, the 3%, 4%, and 5%, it's created for a reason. Obviously the 5% plays are the top plays, but Carmine has touched on this before, and I'm getting messages from people this morning. I'm getting messages from people last night, and it's called a 5% pick, not a 25% pick. So I do feel bad. It was obviously a tough result at the end, but there's only so much you can stress bankroll management. I believe a little while back, Carmine had a 4 in one day, and he was getting flack.
I was going to say that. It was a 6 in one day, 4% plays won. Do the math, it's 24%. And the 5% play lost. In what world where if you're betting proper bankroll management of those plays, in what world are you unhappy? You're unhappy in the world where you believe in the blue pill that there's only one play that can ever win. And most guys are hitting, Lawrence can probably tell you this, most guys are hitting, let's say at WagerTalk, maybe lifetime 60%. I think my soccer 5% plays are 60%. So if I've had 100 of them, 40 have lost. It's simple math. It happens,
Okay, boys, enough
right?
wallowing.
That's it. Anyways, let's do this hockey, boys.
Yeah, so first I want to show you. So I got a text from a friend of mine.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he says that
Is it a lady friend?
no, Rob Braley, one of our great loyal listeners and a good friend of Don Buster and Carmine. I got a text saying that Buster won't leave his shed. And he sent the picture of the shed. I don't know if you can see that picture. So I just want to make mention, Rob, I don't know if you're on. I hope you are. I hope you're listening. Dude, I get it, man. Like, I'm telling you, I fully get why you would paint your shed the Montreal Canadian colors and put a Montreal Canadian logo. I looked up the definition of a shed. It said a housing unit that holds junk. I'm like, yeah, that seems about right. It's puck time. Okay, boys.
Be a great man cave.
Oh, you want what, Buster? You never take my
Give
bait.
Buster a rebuttal. Give him a rebuttal.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's going to be a great man cave. He's got it all set up. He's even going to have a hot dog maker in there. It's going to be awesome.
Okay. And exactly what I said, a place that holds crap. Tampa Bay minus 160, Dallas plus 140, over and under is 5. I lost my last one. I had the under. Just so everyone knows, Carm was actually with me during that game.
Oh God!
It was 4-1. My under was pushing, which is acceptable. And then Tampa Bay scores their 5th goal. Carmine literally cheered and gave me a hug.
Well, I had Tampa Bay. I released Tampa Bay to my clients.
Yeah, because
I was excited
4-1
about the
wasn't
goal.
good enough, right?
And then in a moment of, not remorse, but in a moment of, of caring, I was like, let me console the Prez.
Yeah,
who
console
lost
my
his place.
ass.
But you've been on an insane run with your NHL, so you were due to lose one.
Yeah, I haven't been on an insane run in 2 weeks. Shut up, Carm. Buster, what do you like in this game?
Come on, Carmine. You know there's no such thing as due. You've been doing this long enough. Due's not even a word out there.
Due is what my bills are, so
right?
Let's go. Buster.
Okay, for me, I've been riding that Tampa Bay train, but tonight I will be very cautious and not have a play on the Tampa or Dallas. But as I say, if it's not broke, I will have a play on the first period over. Every one of the games have gone over the 1.5. We're getting plus 110 on that. So I like that. I really believe that this Dallas played a great, if you go back, Dallas played a great first period in game 3. But they come out 2-1, right? Maybe our friend, I always want to keep calling him Happy Boolin for some reason, but Hadobin, maybe he's seen a little bit too much rubber in the last little while. So it'd be very, very interesting to see how he comes back from game 3. I really think it's Dallas has to come out. They'll come out flying. They'll come out, play a little bit more aggressive. They can't keep playing the way they've been playing, or they're going to end up losing for sure. So maybe they come out and play how they were with Colorado, a little bit more wide open, which what will happen is, of course, Tampa Bay, can counterattack that. So I also like the over 5 in this, as not one of the games have been under yet. I know it's 2 pushes and 1 over, but I can argue, and I know Carmen doesn't like to hear this, but I can argue that at least 2 out of the 3, and maybe all 3, could have been over. And now the position that Dallas is in, and the way Tampa Bay is looking right now, they are way more confident. I like this game over the 1.5 in the first period and over the 5 for the game.
Awesome stuff. And there's Rob Braley. He says he hears me and he agrees the reason he put up a Montreal Canadian shed was to put as much shit as possible into it. Rob, we love you, man. And just to let everyone know, and Rob, you need to hear this story really quick. Me, Buster, and Carm are setting the show up 5 minutes before the show begins. And Buster, friendly guy that he is, loving, caring, turns to Carm and says, Carm, Rob and I are going to a Wild Wings on Sunday for 7 hours of football. Why don't you come? I'm just sitting there listening to the beautiful invitations being handed out. Offers to pay Carm's Uber coming back, not realizing that had I been invited, I would have driven both ways. So Rob, we won't be seeing you Sunday because I wasn't invited.
Prez, you know you're always
Oh, yeah,
invited.
yeah, that's the same
you told
bullshit.
Me you don't drink. You told me you don't drink. You don't like that kind of activity. People screaming, yelling, probably we get thrown out of the place.
You know what I say to my children?
Like you know, so yeah.
You know what I say to my children
why.
in this type of situation? I say, when you know the person you don't want to come can't come, that's the time to invite them. Okay, Elliot.
I didn't know that you can't come. I just assume you wouldn't even.
But that's the exact reason.
Excellence with us.
Carm,
I didn't think
he doesn't get my humor.
All right, let's get back.
Carm, he doesn't get my humor. I'm joking.
It took me a year and a half to understand your humor. I'm still getting there.
No, believe me, Prez, as I was saying to Carmine about it, I was thinking, Lawrence, why don't you come too? But I'm thinking, I might as well waste. I'm not even going to say anything because I'm just wasting my breath.
I'm just hoping we actually get to this hockey game before it starts.
Okay, hey, I want to welcome everyone in Trans-Canada Chance, Alex Coulter, Brian Watson, this Rob Braley, Montreal Canadian lunatic, Johnny Hambone, I love that name, Nate, Zach, Hector, Hector? You are one of my biggest, I'm a huge fan of yours because you always buy my 5% plays. I got another one up on Sunday, so head over to WagerTalk and get that 5% play. What a great segue into a promotion specifically for me. What's up, Matt Murray? Andrew, Tampa Bay.
What's up?
Go.
I thought you were segueing into a promo.
I did. I promoted my 5% play based on Hector's name. It was beautifully done.
Okay. Yeah, well, like Buster said, I think we can't really ignore that first period overlook anymore, especially at the plus 110 mark. Look, obviously, I picked the wrong game to go in on Dallas, but, I feel like ever since I went on the Wager Talk today with you and Teddy, the story has been true with Tampa Bay and Dallas. It's literally been the top players of Tampa Bay versus the depth scoring of Dallas, and it turns out that that's not going to work for Dallas. They need to see a top liner get a goal. I mean, it's just Jason Dickinson, all these third liners, some guys that most general hockey fans haven't heard of. You need your Radulovs of the world. You need your Rupe Hintz of the world. Benz of the world to start getting involved in these games. I don't think that Dallas goes down without a fight. I think the safe play in this game would definitely be the over. I do lean towards Dallas, but you look at that last game. Tampa Bay's 4 best players scored their first 4 goals. That's just how that they are locked in right now. Stamkos played 3 minutes of action and went top corner. This team's obviously dialed in. So, I don't think that first of all, I said this last series, I did this last round before that. These odds makers do not adjust the total with elimination games. And if you could bet a prop if there's going to be an empty net goal tonight, I would take that. But I think the over 5 is the safe play here. No matter who wins, it goes over. If you like Tampa Bay, take the puck line. It's not going to be a pretty game if they win the game. Don't lay that price with Tampa. Don't take the regulation. Take the puck line. But I do have a lean towards Dallas to stay alive here. Over is the play for me, Prez.
There you go. Over from Andrew. Over from Buster. Carmine Bianco. Matt Mary says Teddy would be ripping his perfect hair out if he was on puck time. He really would. I mean, one of these guys is saying that why are you getting off topic? This show would be literally 7 minutes long if we didn't get off topic. And ultimately, what we're doing is we're providing a chat facility for Chance and Zach and Matt Mary and Elliot and all of these wonderful guys, Frank Budd, Brian Watson.
I love these guys in our chat.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
If we end the show, the chat ends. So we're dragging a little. Okay.
Yeah, we are dragging a little bit. Okay, as far as this game goes, and I can't remember. I think a couple of people in that chat on our last Puck Time show, they weren't trolling me, but when I made the comment that Stamkos could very well be in the lineup tonight, and you have to take that into consideration. I'm not sure if it was in the chat or later when the video got reposted, made comments towards me, and I'm pretty sure Stamkos played and scored that second goal. He didn't play a lot, but his presence on the bench and on the ice lifts this team up. He's one of their best players. He's going to be on the power play. He's going to be out there. So he's going to get more ice time tonight. That I'm sure of. And, I still sort of stick to this thing that if Tampa Bay wins tonight, I said Tampa in 5. You could get Tampa in 5 after game 1 at plus 333. And it's slightly better than parlaying the odds of 155, 160 3 times over, rolling it over. But if they win tonight, they're going to be 175 to close it out on Sunday night. That I'm certain of. So, they're still giving you plus money on the under, plus 120 on the under 5. And I know what you guys are saying. Dallas took some real stupid penalties in game 3. And at the end of the game, I'm not sure if they were trying to send the Lightning a message with everything that happened in those last 5, to 10 minutes of that game, but they didn't send the Lightning a message. The Lightning know, unless you're a Stars fan, the Lightning know that the best team in the series, in this cup matchup, is Tampa Bay. They have the most depth through all 4 of their lines, and overall, they've got the best goalie. Listen, Khudobin has allowed 8 goals in those 2 losses. There's no mystique of Khudobin. Like, he hasn't gotten into, after that first game, he hasn't gotten into the heads of Tampa Bay like he did with Vegas. They figured it out after game 1. John Cooper had that power play. Did you see that power play goal in game 2, where they stuck someone middle slot, completely wide open, and scored a goal? They're finding ways to get better chances on goal, and they're going in. And they obviously know that Khudobin's lower blocker side is probably his weakest spot. All 5 goals were scored lower blocker side in that 5-2 win. So for me, I'm looking at those same 2 things I said for game 3. Looking at Tampa Bay to win, looking at this game to stay under. So that's my take on this game.
He's Carmine Bianco, WagerTalk.com, Andrew McGinnis, WagerTalk.com. Don Buster from Buster Sports, SportsMemo.com. John Wood, Prez, when are you and Gianni going to do another UFC show? You gave out tons of winners. Well, we did a UFC segment in Wager Talk yesterday. But as for the UFC show and Stoppage Time and some of our other shows, basically we recently hired a production, a person to handle all production. If you take a look at Wager Talk today, the way the show is being produced, same with Bet On It. We've really feel like at Wager Talk we've stepped the bar up. We got all our competitors chasing us from behind. So as a result, a lot of the new shows or the periphery shows are just having a moment, like a small break, a golf day, if you will, as we start redoing all these shows. Trans-Canada.
Prez, perfect segue from that comment there. Regarding the UFC, I'm back in action this Saturday, tomorrow in the UFC. The run is now 13-2. Last 15, 4% plays in the UFC. Wow. So I have a 2 pack up for 4% plays, 2 of them at WagerTalk.com.
Nice. Well, I have a 1 pack up for the UFC, and I'm 5-0. Guys, we have a new segment on Puck Time we're going to roll out now. It'll be a daily thing going into next year. It's called Koken's Parlays. Andrew, do you have one?
Not yet. No, I don't have much. I don't have anything for today.
In honor of Dave Koken's love for parlays, Carm, do you have a parlay to give out?
Yes, I will give you one very shortly. Let's go with. I'm going to step out a little bit on this one here. Let's take the Tampa Bay Lightning on the puck line. Okay, this is across two sports. Okay, let's take the Tampa Bay Lightning -1.5 plus 170. Okay, are you writing that down, Lawrence?
No.
You got it?
No. Yes.
You're not writing it
No.
down?
Yes.
You're writing it down.
Yes. No.
And let's take Louisville in football
Ooh.
on the money line. Okay, they're +3, but they're going to win this game outright, I'm going to say, at +125. So there's a two-team Dave Koken parlay for you. Louisville +125 and the Tampa Bay Lightning -1.5 plus 170.
There you go, guys. As Davy Jones puts it, the Smokin' Kokin' parlay. Buster, do you have a Smokin' Kokin' parlay for us?
Well, since we're doing other days, I actually have a couple of free plays over at Sports Memo that I have one up now and one for NFL. So my parlay will then be Kentucky +7.5 in the college football for tomorrow, and then on Sunday going against everybody, I will have the Rams +2.5, and who knows, maybe even buy the hook. But actually, Rams +2.5 or you could actually go Rams OR outright. I like the Rams to win. Sorry, Carmine, against your Bills on Sunday.
Look at this OR technique. So Andrew, as a man who started this whole parlay disaster that happened on first pitch, what do you think Dave Koken's reaction would be to the Smokin' Kokin' parlay of the day?
He's tuned out already. He's pissed.
Yeah, part of me wants to plead the fifth on the question just to roll into the weekend on a good note, but I feel like it'd just be all of us not saying a word for 5 minutes and a huge rant coming. Either that or him just leaving the show.
I just want to say that there's not many people I love as much as Dave Koken, and we are just the luckiest company to have him with us. And even though he doesn't like parlays, he loves us and he loves you, Andrew. Buster, not so much. Car, medium amount. But anyway,
he just hasn't got to know me enough yet. That's all.
Well, he didn't get invited to a Sunday of football.
I'm raising my hand here, boys. I'm raising my hand.
I would take him to the Diamond Lounge at Caesars once everything gets back to normal there.
Okay, Carm, and then Andrew, I'll ask you about prop bets.
Yeah, because we can't very well just after Andrew's prop bets end the show. We have to throw out a scenario which likely could exist, that if Tampa Bay wins tonight, Sunday could be the final game.
No, they're playing back-to-back, Carm. They're playing back. They're playing Friday, Saturday. They're playing back-to-back, aren't they? I'm pretty sure they're playing back to.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. The next game.
The next game, if Tampa were to win tonight, that's the only scenario where it ends on in Game 5. If Tampa were to win tonight, the line will likely be still 5, juice to the over, plus 115. And Tampa is going to be about anywhere from 160 to 170, 175. So we have to look at that scenario and where do we go?
Go ahead then.
Well, you have my thoughts. Given the scenario that Tampa Bay wins tonight, they close it out in Game 5.
Okay. Andrew?
Yeah, I'm not really going to have any thoughts on that because I need to watch the game tonight. Obviously to see what happens, but to see how they play either way. Sometimes you could even see a team win, but not win in the way that you think they should, and that'll definitely affect the way you handicap the next game. As far as the little props go for me, like I said, the funny thing is I was saying to a friend of mine the other day is that I said to you guys on Puck Time, I don't like getting on goal scoring props that have like crappy odds, right? And I said, yeah, it happened with McKinnon, it happened with a couple of these guys. Well, sometimes when you're handicapping and you're on these podcasts, you got to be able to admit when you're wrong. And I certainly was wrong about that because it doesn't matter what the odds are or how good they are if they're winning. I didn't want to take Kucherov to score because the odds weren't good. I didn't want to take Point to score. The odds weren't good enough. I didn't want to take McKinnon to score all playoffs because the odds weren't good enough. Well, they scored a lot of goals, so I would have definitely made some money on it. So that's kind of a mistake there. But my first bet that I've locked in is Tyler Seguin over 2.5 shots. Like I said, it kind of just correlates with my analysis and what I was saying. I think these star players, so to speak, for the Dallas Stars have to step up. They have to get in action more. They have to make themselves known, make their presence, And for me, they haven't really been doing that at all. Second play and last play for me, Miro Heiskanen over 0.5 points plus 100.
There you go. So
Prez,
Buster, your friend Rob Braley gets on and he's like, I'll send a plane to pick up Koken for Sunday.
He would.
Again, he wouldn't even send a card for me. I'm down the road. Okay, Buster, what's up?
Since I know a lot of times you talk about shows that you watch and all that stuff, Prez, which is really good. But I just wanted to mention something that's been kind of eating at me a little bit all year, and this is a hockey thing. And now we have a lot of people in the chat and everything, and I can maybe get your guys' opinion on this. I'm just going to go back. This is one of many times that this stuff has happened. Back in Game 2 when it was 3-2 for Tampa, and they score that goal to make it 4-2. Come on, of course. I'm sitting there, and you can see I've got 10 MGDs in me, and I can see that it's offside. It's way offside. But there's the linesmen's there, and they don't call. They just let the play go because I know the idea is to speed it up, and I know the idea is that everybody's watching that they can call that. But that went about 2 minutes, I think, or a minute and a half, and this has been going on all year. Now I know they brought in the rule that if the coach, if they call the offside thing, then they get a penalty if they're wrong. But I mean, I watch a ton of hockey all year, and this has been going on. It's been brutal. So something has to be done with these linesmen. I don't know if I guess they're getting judged, but I mean, I've seen it so many times. But if I can sit at home and see that that's offside, and then they played for 2 minutes, I don't like that whole aspect of the game. Maybe even if they are offside, maybe after a minute, if that other team can't get that puck out, too bad. That it doesn't matter. They've got to change that. Even though they tried to change it for the better. I watched so many times that those linesmen. We'll just check it with the replay, and that's happening in all kinds of sports. Which, anyways, that's just something that's eating an old guy away. So that's my piece.
I get that.
I'm just destroyed right now. My personal chef logs in, says he's got a bottle of Caesar Mix for Carm. And those bottles of Caesar Mix are so damn rare. He literally only got 2 and you're getting 1.
It is.
What the hell?
We had poker night this past week. I made a homemade lasagna, and the chef brought a Caesar salad that the dressing was I can't believe I'm eating this much salad.
Caesar salad mix. He actually bought 2 bottles of the bloody Caesar mix that you can't find anywhere else. Okay, you can have as much salad dressing as you want. I want the Caesar mix. Anyway.
You like those, Prez?
Bloody Caesars?
Yeah, you like those?
Love them. And it's a drink
too.
that you can't get in America. Did you know that, Andrew?
Yeah. I didn't know that. But it's a different name there, isn't it?
No, they have Bloody Marys there because they use tomato juice. They don't have Clamato juice.
I used to work at a bar, Prez, and
there's lots of places that have it now.
Oh, it's changed?
Canadians. Well, no, you're right, but lots of places they have Clamato now. You can get it in Vegas, no problem. You can get it in Florida, of course, where a lot of Canadians go to. You can get it.
Is this puck time or Top Shot?
I honestly...
I tried to make it puck time. I put out a question of what is a thought process there, and then we got talking about a show.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm all over the map today. It's like maybe our last show of the year.
I know.
But I do want everybody to know that when we do come back for next NHL season, we won't talk shit for 20 out of 30 minutes. It's just there's one freaking game, and I like this show. I get a lot of room on this show. Guys, we're calling it a show. If we don't see you again, it's been a privilege doing this with all of you guys, including the wonderful, incredible legend himself, Dave Koken. If we do see you, it'll be on Monday or Tuesday. Stay tuned. Make sure to watch Wager Talk today with Teddy and I. Love you all. We'll see you guys at noon Eastern for Wager Talk today. Guys, Carm, Andrew, Buster, go ahead. Say something to end the show.
Guys, if this is the last show, thanks for always tuning in and watching the chat and being active and hitting that like button. If you haven't already done it, please do so. We appreciate what you guys do and tune in.
Andrew?
Go ahead, Buster.
Go ahead, Buster.
I was just going to say, I want to thank everybody for coming and listening to what we have to say. And I want to thank you, Prez, for letting me to come on a couple of times a week this year. And I'm looking forward to even more times next year once I'm in lovely Mexico.
Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say the same things that these guys said. Obviously, everybody knows that this show wouldn't happen without them. I just want to say before we end it, it sounds like we're all kind of, saying goodbye.
I don't want to do another.
Live.
I'm done.
However, just want to say what I always say is that anybody has any questions about anything ever, packages or just sports related or wants to chat, hit me up on Twitter. I'm pretty active on there. I don't have a wife. I don't have any kids yet, so I'm pretty active until then. So you can hit me up.
I have a wife and kids, so please do not hit me up on Twitter. This show was an honor. I hope to God Tampa wins the next two. I'm done with puck time for a while. I need to start riding the Peloton at the same time I do puck time, so I'm okay. Nicely said, Elliot. Group hug. Love you all. We'll see you at noon. Wager Talk today. Mwah.